Clearly, by the intro, you should be able to tell that this video is mainly about pride and diff different forms of pride, um, such as black pride, white pride, uh, Latino pride, uh, even Asian pride, and um, all these other types of pride. Um, if you think about it, it's really how can you have pride um, over something that you had no choice in becoming. For example, you had no choice. Like if you have white pride, um, that really makes no sense. Uh, you're pride because you're proud in what? How could you be proud of being white? You had no choice in being white. Similarly, you can't be proud in being black because you had no choice over that. You were just born black, or you can't have pride in being Hispanic or Asian because you just like I've stated earlier, you had no choice over that. You really just couldn't do anything about it. You can't do anything about it. You're just born that way. Um, Similarly, gay pride and or straight pride, what that's just retarded. Um, you know, if especially if gay people, if you're gonna say um, hey, if you're gonna say you had no choice, I mean it's just really idiotic to promote gay pride. It's you had no choice over it. You're born that way. So how could you be proud of that, of something like that? Um, of course, there are I, I, some people are gonna say, well, um, the reason we're proud is just for unity or unite people. But I mean, that's no excuse for having pride over something you had no choice of who you are. It's just utterly retarded. Um, but like I would understand the conditions of something like Black Pride because in the 50s and the 60s and even earlier, of course, um, a lot of African Americans were uh, oppressed by white Americans, which causes them to have hate towards white Americans, and that's obviously understandable. Um, but I think we've moved past that, and there just shouldn't be any form of pride, um, ethnic pride. I'm not talking about pride as a whole. I'm just talking about pride um, with regards to um, ethnocentrism, um, even nationalism. Nationalism. I mean, nationalism is like basically it's like if you go to work and I'm quoting uh, what's his name, Lewis Black on this. If you look at one of Lewis Black's performances on one of his stand-ups, he's like, um, nationalism is basically like going to work and you have somebody at work going, "I'm the greatest motherfucker here." I mean, it's just stupid. It's just it's just retarded. Um, because as I stated earlier, you really had no choice, um, unless you're an immigrant. But if you're like born there, or if you're if you're just born in some country, you have no right over um, you basically have no choice in being born there. Um, even if you migrate to some other country, that you still have. I mean, pride is just uh, having pride for you really can't have pride there at all because you're not even from there. But even then, it's just retarded. Um, because if you think about it, all this pride is really just dividing humanity. It's not uniting humanity. It's uniting some some groups of humanity, but it's dividing humanity as a whole because we're just finding more and more ways to divide ourselves, more groups to divide ourselves, um, which is not helping us at all. Um, but yeah, that's all I have to say about uh, pride, um, well, ethnocentric pride. Um, but I mean, if I would understand, um, if you have pride over something like let's say you study your butt off to get an A on some math test, then you have every right to be proud of that because you actually work. You chose to study and prepare for that test, and it paid off. However, it's not logical to have pride in being um, black or white or Hispanic or Asian because you had no choice over that. You were just born that way. Similarly, you had no choice over being gay or straight. So there's no point in having gay or straight pride if that even exists. Um, so yeah, this also applies to nationalism as well. It's basically just directed towards ethnocentrism. Um, Ethnocentrism is just blatantly retarded because you're saying, "Oh, to be, I'm proud to be who I am, even though I had no choice over that." Does that sound logical to you? I mean, it's just utterly retarded. Um, we should only take pride in things that we have choice uh, over. We should only take pride in things that we actually have a choice of over, I guess. But we shouldn't take pride in things that we don't have a choice in. Um, so, um, yeah, that's basically it. And I hope you enjoyed the Metallica intro. Uh, get ready for some more because that's going to be the closing of this video. Bye. Yeah. What's up? I kind of forgot to mention. Um, I also wanted to touch on racism and more specifically racial slurs or racial offenses, such as nigger, honky, spick, chink, and raghead, I guess, some other and whatever other racial slurs I left out. Uh, when you think about it, should we really get offended by these terms? Um, because before anything else, we're all human. We're all 99.9% genetically the same. So I mean, if you're offended by these terms, I mean, it's just get over it, you know? I mean, these people are using these words are just bigots, depending on the content in the context they're using. Um, Usually, some people use it in a satirical sense, which I probably do sometimes. Um, but I mean, if they're using it like "get away from me, you nigger," or "you spick" or whatever, I mean, so what? Just get over it. They're just words. I mean, we're all basically the same. We might look different, but we're all basically the same. We're all humans. So you shouldn't get offended by any of these terms, um, regardless of how attached you are to these words or what history they may have attached to them. They're all just words, and we're all human. So I mean, they're just words. People get over it. You niggers, you spicks, chinks, honkies, ragheads. Does that really offend you? I mean, it doesn't offend me. They're just words. You can use them all you want. In fact, I encourage the use of them because the more we use them, the more we use them, the less power they have. So I encourage the use of these terms, um, but certainly only under certain contexts. Um, so go out there and use these terms. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because the more we use them, the less power they hold. And bye.